Welcome to Tater Time with Big Al and the Tater. Your host, Mr. Caleb Strickland.
Welcome to week 8 of Tater Time. Thanks for tuning in regularly to join us. Alright, so let's roll straight into... We got our co-host back, by the way. He finally returned home.
Thank goodness he didn't get stuck in that hotel up there in Colorado.
Well, he also was in Denver.
Yeah.
You know what that means. So, alright.
That's the Cheetos.
Okay.
Were the mountains really rocky?
John Denver's still full of
They were
it.
pretty rocky for the Titans, weren't they?
Alright.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Blow over there.
Whoa.
Mr. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yikes.
Hey, we got a big
Yikes. Alright, so let's move straight into our high school section. Tater Stash, what you got?
All right. Well, let's start off with Wetumpka going to Selma this week coming up. Wetumpka got a win over Ben Russell last week, and they're looking to continue get back on track since Stanhope knocked them off a little bit. Got the Indians taking down the Saints at Wetumpka. Then you also have in the same region, Region 3, the big matchup, Opelika coming to Stanhope.
The big matchup.
It's the big matchup. It's for first place in the region. Mustangs are 7-1.
First place in your heart
First place in the region.
and in your heart.
Yeah, in my heart. But 7-1.
How does your
Stanhope.
mustache feel about him? I must ask you this question.
All right. Well, 7-1 Stanhope playing the 6-1 Opelika Bulldogs. I actually like Stanhope to pull upset off. I think they've got a lot of momentum right now, and I think they're hot.
Shocker.
6 in a row. Prattville's playing Auburn at Prattville, and I got Prattville winning again. All right, and that's it for this week in high school. We got 2 more weeks till playoffs start.
All right, let's get into the college talk. And I feel we must address some issues with both of you that, basically y'all's top 4 has been garbage. So we can start off at close to home here. Georgia versus South Carolina is wrecking a lot of people's worlds. Guys, what do you think?
Well, I think we need to talk about the 2 missed field goals by the great kicker Rodrigo Blankenship.
I mean...
Goggles, like a lot of folks like to call him.
goggles.
Anyway, I was shocked. Like, this guy usually never misses, and you know, field goal kicking is becoming an issue when you have a reliable kicker like this missing field goals that he should be making.
Yeah, 1 and 3 on the day. 1 and 3.
Yeah.
And obviously, he
yarder.
missed the one that counted.
Well, and let's don't get away from Gary Danielson might want to close his ears on this, but his beloved Jake Fromm,
His lover boy.
had a bad day.
Lover boy.
It is uncomfortable.
28 to 51, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. To say he had a bad day is an understatement. Threw a pick 6 that was pretty big.
What blew my mind was the fact that the whole second half, Georgia was playing against essentially South Carolina's 3rd string quarterback, who was not good, Joyner.
No.
He was not great. Obviously, the turnovers are what mattered in this game. You just can't turn it over that many times, the pick 6. But it wasn't like South Carolina came out and played some lights-out game.
Right.
I mean, Georgia was that bad. It was like they just could not, do anything right.
And it wasn't on the road either. It was at home.
No, it was at home.
Between the hedges.
It's one of the worst losses I can think of a top-tier team in a while.
I think we have a case of
Overlooking.
For sure.
Or overrated.
Overlookage.
Overrated.
Maybe.
Ad's retired that word, but we're trying to bring it back.
Goodness. Overlookage, man. Get with the
I'm
program.
just saying.
Or you know what I said, maybe a little home cooking with Kirby. Maybe helping his buddy out.
Kyle's been selling the conspiracy theory since he got here. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I really think that. I'm just saying, though, keep an eye on it,
That altitude
They are buddies. They have a history,
All right, so let's move to y'all's other lover, Texas versus Oklahoma.
Hey, I didn't know.
Again,
That's Tater's team.
Can Texas rebound? Will they rebound? Can they ever see the playoff?
I think they're toast. Herman, you
So
might.
you're going
Texas
horns
toast?
down? Texas toast.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
Could leave
Todd,
that hanging.
or
Low-hanging
is it
fruit.
Herman, you might need to give your team another hug
Mm.
because they're going to need one after this loss. Didn't look very good. Sam Ellinger got sacked at least 6 times.
Yeah,
It was not good.
it was a rough game.
The game was not as close as the score was. But I don't know. I think they're done.
All right,
Yeah, they're done.
So okay. So let's shift gears to I think the question that is in all of our minds is could we be looking at another LSU Bama the last time we saw LSU Bama was in the national championship. Could we be looking at an LSU Bama in the playoffs?
Well, let's start off with the game before we get there against the Gators.
Eagles.
Pump
Yeah.
the brakes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Reverse.
Let's take that back.
Go ahead.
Could we say maybe we're overreacting a little bit, jumping LSU to number 2 ahead of Clemson and Ohio State? I mean, I know it's a big win, but if we're honest,
Well-
Florida's in this game, and had it not be for Uncle Eddie being Uncle Eddie, Dan Mullen, getting cute down in the red zone, pulling his whole not being able to close games out routine.
You serious, Clark?
Trying to close it out and can't do it. This game was a lot closer than what the final was. And
It was.
We'll give credit to LSU though. They did play good enough to win the game, and that's what you're supposed to do. They won the game they needed to win, and I'm not taking anything away from that. But I just don't know if it was that impressive. Like
But, I mean,
the way
hold on.
the way they're making it sound, they went in there and shut out.
It was a close game, but Florida's a good team. We have to go back to our last couple weeks conversation of Ohio State and Clemson both. I mean, and I'm not trying to act like Alabama's schedule is all that. The conference play is going to be what it is. It's going to be good. Those two guys have pretty lenient schedules and have had pretty rough schedules for most of the year. So I kind of agree. I think LSU, they've been pretty good.
Again,
Burrows seems to be the real deal. I mean,
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I had the game was a lot closer than the score. It was still only 14 points at the end of the game. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what the spread was. It wasn't like some dominant win by LSU. They still look like they could be had on defense a little bit, and I agree that Trask was playing well the whole game. I mean, he was making throws, he was taking off running when he had to, played with a certain level of toughness that you need to in those kind of games, and it seemed like Mullen kept taking him out of the game at just weird times and would throw at Emory Jones, and not for just a play, but he would have him in there for 2 plays, and then have Trask come in on 3rd and long, and it's like, you're putting your quarterback who is, in a rhythm and all this, you're taking him out and then putting him in one of the most difficult positions of the game. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I thought he was overthinking it. If he would have just left Trask in there, they might have had a better chance. But LSU's a great team, and Burrow is still just on fire.
And
give him enough credit.
let me give LSU their due. They deserve where they're at right now. I'm just saying, I don't know what that does to your confidence as a quarterback when you're getting pulled out of a game by your head coach. It's almost like you don't trust him, like he's not good enough to lead your team to a win.
Yeah.
And
There's something wrong with
all right.
overthinking it.
Let's just get a yes or no. Can the two from the same division, same conference, go to the champion or go to the playoff?
A lot of stuff would have to fall just right, but I think it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible in college football. We know
AJ,
that.
we're not talking
We know
about
that.
anything is possible.
Anything
We've
is
had this
possible.
discussion
Hey.
before.
All right, Kevin. we're
Anything is
sorry.
possible.
It is.
Okay, all right. So we're talking about quarterback play. Kyle, you brought something to our attention earlier. Some very interesting Rutgers statistics. I'm going to let you run with that.
Yeah, Rutgers starting quarterback had a nice stat line this past week against Indiana. He was 5 of 13 for 1 yard, and I believe he had, 9 rushes?
Nope, 13 for
13
3
rushes
yards.
for 3 yards. So
So-
put up a whopping 4 yards.
Well, not just
of
that.
offense.
Let's get to the team. They put up 75 total yards. Their punter punted 10 times, and his punt average was 45 yards, almost more than the total yards they had.
That's
Not
insane.
good, and it makes you think that little celebration earlier a couple weeks ago where the offensive lineman hit the quarterback, maybe that's still lingering, I guess. I don't know. Little concussion protocol, maybe. Maybe they didn't get him out of there.
Ooh.
He's throwing the wrong
AJ
way.
is throwing some low blows there, Tater. Come on, is that stash?
Ruggers, man.
That stash has emboldened him.
Yeah.
All right, so just interesting. All in all, I believe. I don't know. I was gonna say maybe I could put up those kind of numbers, but we'll see.
Well, that all being said, this brings us to the other big game of the week. Old Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock.
How'd they do? How'd they do?
They took down.
Everybody wants to know.
Yep. They took down IUP, which is Indiana University of Pennsylvania, 45-42.
Never heard of Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Yep.
So are they in Indiana or are they in Pennsylvania?
It's in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And look, this game,
Curveballs.
this game had the perfect weather. It was overcast, 50-degree misty rain, perfect fall night in Pennsylvania, and Slippery Rock got the win.
Oh,
Moves us 6-0.
it's because they were
6-0.
ready for
Yeah.
the wet conditions.
6-0.
They were
Yeah.
ready.
And
They
it
are
was the battle.
slippery.
It was the battle of the undefeateds, and they are the Rock. So
You heard that. You heard it here. The Rock is going to championship. All right, let's move into this week's picks. We're starting to get into the meat of the schedule. We're starting to get some good games now. We got Oregon versus Washington. Where are you guys at on this one?
Washington is been all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where to land with them. One week they look really good, and a lot of that is on Easton too, their quarterback. And then other weeks they don't look so good. So I don't know. I mean, Oregon seems to be getting better and better every week. So I think I've got to go with Oregon here.
All right. Going with the Ducks. How about you, Tater?
I'm gonna go the other way.
Oh, controversy.
Oregon goes on the road to the UW, and it gets pretty loud over here. It gets loud at Alson Stadium. It gets loud here too. I think.
Are you saying it gets loud in Alabama from the
No,
Washington
no.
Stadium?
It gets loud in Washington Stadium. How it's built, close to the lake and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm going the Huskies.
All right, let's move to the party school on our schedules. Arizona State versus Utah.
Utah's big party school.
Huge.
The Mormons.
Actually, it's Arizona
Arizona
State is the huge. Like,
Yeah,
are they
they're like
still hold the title, right?
I do remember that.
They're in the top.
They're in the hunt.
Yeah.
They're in the hunt.
Enjoy the party. So Arizona State has been like the close game team all year. You know, they're that team that just hangs with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But Utah's playing really well right now. One of my top 4/5
That's right.
picks. Utah's playing better on offense. I'm going to go with them in a squeaker.
Oh, okay. How about you, Tater?
I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go with the pitchforks over here.
Man.
I'm going the Herm Edwards and the Arizona State to pull up an upset in Utah.
So you're saying they can roll a doobie and it'll go with that stash. All right, moving on to Auburn versus Arkansas.
Where do we go with this?
All right. I'm going to let you pick Tigers versus the Hogs.
This is gonna be easy for me. I'm
All right.
going Auburn.
All right, what about you guys?
Yeah, it is no brains here.
Y'all don't even want to consider the Hogs. Don't even want to consider the
They
Hogs.
might as well just stay home.
All right.
Stay home.
Probably a similar.
Oh, they are playing at home.
There you
So I
go.
guess they might as well stay in the locker room. That's what they
Just keep the door
stay in the
locked.
locker room.
All right, Tennessee versus Bama.
Tennessee's coming off a big win against Mississippi State.
It's a big
Coming
win.
off a big
It's
win.
a big
a
win
big
for
win for
Tennessee.
them.
It's
Jeremy
It's a big
Pruitt.
win.
Jeremy Pruitt talking about the
It's Jeremy
strategy of the
Pruitt.
game. Just
Yeah.
don't give him the ball.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like Garantano might be back. I can't think of the guy's name that started last game, but he got hurt.
Yeah.
So it looks like Bama gets to take on Garantano. They're also down their linebacker Henry, their freshman linebacker Henry. I can't say his last name. Todo, a lot of O's, a lot of T's in that last name. He's out first half.
Toto.
And
All that said, I mean, I don't really think they have much of a chance. Tennessee couldn't hang with Bama on offense. I mean, they might You
I
know,
mean, should we bring up the stat about how long it's been since Tennessee?
I think we have to.
Yeah.
I read this online, and I can't remember who to give the credit to, but it's not
The
original.
internet.
The internet.
Mr.
The interwebs. The interwebs. Someone pointed out that Tennessee has never been able to tweet or Instagram or even send an iMessage about a win against Bama.
Or stream Netflix.
After the win. So to put that in perspective, Steve Jobs had not invented the iPhone yet. The last time they had a victory. That is just, and I love
it. Wasn't it the 06 year?
I
guess
it's
it
pretty
was
crazy
06.
because we grew up with Tennessee actually
Yeah.
dominating this rivalry.
It won, what,
And
7
the
years
last
in a row?
10 have been
I
totally
know.
different.
I remember the 7 year
10
streak.
plus.
The 7 year streak,
Yeah.
and then the Shula, which is the last one they lost in 06 when Spencer Pennington fumbles on the
Oh,
opening drive.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle Tater misses a block really bad, and
Wow.
it was not good.
Wow.
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 Wow, low blow.
AJ's ready to throw all kinds of shade in here.
Low
Just
blow.
Calling you out, Kyle
Man.
I
Tatum.
mean, I'm just saying, it's
Man.
like he moved to the offensive line and he was struggling.
Jeez.
All right.
He was struggling.
All right.
Coming from the Stano guy.
I'm just saying.
Why don't you go ahead and make your
Okay.
pick there, Tater?
Okay, well, the spread is 34 and a half for Alabama. And,
Is that it? 34 and a half?
That's it. But they are going without Devontae Smith for the first half for throwing a punch against.
I don't know where they're going to find a receiver.
I know, right? Poor Alabama, right?
Crazy.
Who is Tua going to throw it to?
Dig, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So you're saying you're going with
I think
Bama?
Bama's got a chance in this game.
All right.
I'm going with Bama.
Didn't Bama win like 4 years in a row by 35 or something? So you think they just set it at 34 and a half, 35
maybe.
every year now?
It's rough.
Yeah,
It's
and
been
I
a
do.
long time for the Volunteers.
Look, we're being all cocky, but
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, it can,
Watch
hey, it
what
can happen
happened to Bama happened
with
yeah.
with
Georgia
the struggles
last
of defensive side. This could be interesting, honestly. But
Yeah.
I don't.
All right,
think
so
it's
we're
gonna be.
going.
Anything could happen.
So we're going Bama, but maybe not by 35.
I'm going to say
Maybe.
under 35. I'm saying under 35.
What about you, Tater? Under 35? Close game. Not even. Okay.
Oh, the lights will be on too. We didn't mention
Yeah.
that. We do.
Yeah. We're gonna have to
New
play
light
under,
show.
play under the LEDs. See how that goes. All right, moving on. Michigan versus Penn State. AJ has donned his white for the whiteout.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm
That's
guessing.
all.
I'm guessing you're going Penn State.
Well, let me get into this game a little bit because I've
Get
heard.
into it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna buckle my chin strap a little bit. Get ready to go. I've heard a lot of people talking about they still believe in Michigan. I don't believe in them.
Who are these people?
There's a few people that
Delusion.
I've talked to, friends of mine that actually
Danny
think
Cannell? You talking to Danny Cannell?
they've actually
Oh,
said
Danny.
they feel like Michigan is going to run the table, and I do not believe that at all. I think they've got a couple losses still to come, and but they were pointing out that Shea Patterson is a great quarterback, and I'm like, have you not watched Shea Patterson all year? And honestly, Penn State's defense
Lots of shade here from the Tater.
is been
He's
pretty,
feeling bold.
pretty solid this year defensively. They get a win on the road at Iowa, and yes, it didn't start off too great, but a big win on the road nonetheless. It's a tough place to play on the road at night in Iowa.
Especially during a whiteout.
But that's this week with Penn State hosting with Michigan. But like I said, I like Penn State about 24-10 in this game.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Kyle.
Yeah, Michigan, I mean, they toyed with Illinois last week, and Illinois is not a good team.
No.
Good teams put bad teams away, and they proved again last week they can't even do that. I've lost all faith in Michigan. So
Good.
I think Penn State wins by 21.
All right. Very quick. Sneaky good game.
So my sneaky good game is going to be Baylor at Oklahoma State. Baylor's coming in game 6-0. They've got a good run defense, and Oklahoma State's got a really good rush offense. So I think you're going to see a good matchup there. But I believe that Baylor's going to cover the spread and win this game.
All right. Tater.
So the good old Blake Lakes Cowboys, huh?
Mhm.
Blake
Yeah,
Mullen.
no.
I'm afraid I think they're going down.
Oh, whoa!
Oh man.
All right, who you got at Tater?
Well, let's go to another game that a little under the radar. The Temple Owls and the SMU Mustangs. 6-0 versus 5-1. SMU still undefeated,
Okay.
like Baylor, which surprised me. There's a couple other surprise teams. Minnesota's 6-0 still. But yeah, that's mine.
All right, I'm going back to my boys in Carolina. I'm telling you.
Oh, man, back to the well again.
Yeah, it's like I said. I don't think they're great. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna win the East or anything. But I think they're a good team. I think they'll give Florida a game. I don't know.
I mean, it's only a 5.5 point spread.
Yeah.
Is that not
Yeah.
weird?
Going to
guess-
Carolina.
Seems a little low. I'm sorry.
Florida going to Carolina after a pretty, let's call it like it is. That's a pretty emotional game going to Death Valley. And,
Well,
Paul,
South Carolina coming off an emotional win, their head's got to be in the clouds. So.
that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be a good game. Now, I do agree with your critique of the quarterback. We could
They need Helinski.
we could
Yeah,
see
he needs to
some
play.
issues there.
Well,
So-
I can see you going with this because your heart is from South Carolina, so we'll give you a pass.
Wow.
We'll give you a pass.
Wow. Thanks, Tater.
Yeah, we'll give you a
All
pass
right.
on that.
Thanks for joining us this week. Make sure to let us know what you think in the comments if you think we missed a sneaky good game. Or if you think AJ's white shirt is a little too Penn State, let us know.
What about his mustache?
Oh, yeah, and about his mustache. Let him know how beautiful that thing is. All right. We're your
Gotta
little
give me one of those.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.